Hope you don't mind creepy posters.
It's your room. You can do what you like with it. But I definitely prefer this to fairies, rainbows, and pink unicorns. Did you make these?
No. My boyfriend made them. Some of them, anyway. So, Miss Ashworth, I happen to have a bottle of wine in my bag. I was going to leave it to Robert, but I forgot all about it.
Robert?
The guy with the rats?
Oh, yes. Of course.
So, shall we have a drink, then? We could get to know each other a bit more. I know, I promise I won't get in the way. And, I mean, you don't have to if you don't feel like it. But since we're going to live together for a little while, it won't hurt if we talk to each other, will it?
Are you sure you can drink in your condition?
It won't make me any worse, that's for sure. I'm not on any cancer medication. I feel good. The way I see it, I haven't got much time left, so I might as well make the most of it.
That makes sense, I suppose. We can have a drink if you like.
Great! I'll bring the wine. Oh, damn. It's one of those bottles with a cork. Have you got a bottle opener, Miss Ashworth?
In the kitchen. I'll go get it, shall I?
Yes, please. And while you're there, could you get a couple of glasses, too?
Excuse me. So, I have to admit, I really like that transition there. By the way, these two scenes, the one with the crazy cannibal people, and the one here with Mitzi and Susan, as you might expect, we are jumping around in time, and right now they're pretty disjointed, but they will come back into sync. We'll see how they link up later, so don't worry if you have some confusion right now. That'll sort itself out. Also, you'll notice to the left of the main poster there is actually a poster about Downfall. It says an adventure game. That's actually the game that was produced by the developer before this game, and we're going to actually see some pretty strong references to characters in that previous game as we go along in a future chapter. So I'll let you know when we come to that point. Just in case you haven't played the game before, which is pretty likely. It wasn't a widely known game. I had no idea about the first game, Downfall, until after I played this game already. But time to go out and get some wine. And I think I'm going to make a quick cut once we get to the kitchen here. And after the cut, we'll go ahead and pick up some wine glasses and talk to Mitzi and see what's what. So be back right after the cut. Okay, on the other side of that cut, let's go ahead and grab the equipment. You can tell I've been playing adventure games too long. The supplies for our friendly wine drinking event with Mitzi. So we want to take the corkscrew, open up the wine bottle, and we also need glasses. So let's go ahead and see what they'd be. Oh yeah, they'd be in the other room here. Right in the cabinet. One for me, one for Mitzi. Alright, let's have a brief look at these. Nothing fancy, just an ordinary corkscrew. And they're still pretty clean after all these years. Although it could be that they just haven't been used much. Alright, so let's see, do we just sit or do we have to give them to Mitzi? better get up now. I've got things to do. Well, yes and no. This is where we need to be eventually. Is she still in here? Yes, she is. Alright, so give.
There you go. Let's get that bottle open.
Yeah, but we'll need glasses too. See if you can find some.
Already done so.
I found some wine glasses.
All right, that's all we need. Oh, and Miss Ashworth, I really must say this before we start.
Yeah?
I promise I won't cut your throat when you're asleep.
Very funny, Mitzi.
Oh no, I mean it.
That's fine. But just so you know, I always sleep with my eyes open.
Alright. It is not ready anymore.
Oh, it's not raining anymore.
Oh well, I don't mind rain. Sometimes I even like it. But according to weather forecast, there's a nasty fog coming. Now that I'm actually scared of. I got lost in a fog once, when I was just 9 or 10. I remember I sat under a tree crying, thinking some monster would appear right in front of me and drag me away.
But now that you're a big girl, you know there are no monsters.
Yeah? How do you know?
Beautiful idea there.
The only monsters are us. Murderers, rapists, arsonists. They're the real beasts. So far from humanity, they're no longer capable of feeling compassion or guilt. They're the ones we should really be afraid of. But whether they're lurking in the woods or fog or the darkness of our cellars, it's all irrelevant. You can't predict what happens. You can't do anything to stop it. There is only one way. You turn into a beast yourself, and like them, you show no mercy.
Whoa! Where did that come from, Miss Ashworth?
I just don't like murderers. They're nothing but parasites.
Dun dun dun.
How are you planning to find this guy?
I don't know yet. A bit of detective work, perhaps. It shouldn't be that hard, really. There are only 8 apartments here. One is yours. That leaves us with 7. I was hoping that you could give me a hand, actually. You know some of your neighbors, don't you?
Not many. I never really cared about them. They changed over the years, too. You probably also figured by now that this is not the sort of place where new neighbors are greeted with a freshly baked cake. You see a new face, you give them a blank stare as you pass them in the hall, and you forget about them a minute later.
That bad, eh?
Well, there's that bald guy who lives above me in flat 5. He came here recently to shout in my face. He's a nasty piece of work, but I really don't think he's the person you're looking for.
What does he do for a living?
I think he's a train driver.
I can't imagine somehow that my guy would be a train driver. Okay, that's good. Leaves us with just 6. Anyone else you know?
I'd have to think.
You know, maybe not tonight. Let's just talk about something else, okay? I have plenty of time. There's no need to rush this. Maybe tomorrow we could sit down together and make a plan. I could draw a simple map of the building, and with your help, mark down who lives where.
Sounds good to me, Mitzi. So, the Big C. Want to talk about it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really want to tell you about it like that. I put you in a very difficult position, I know. It's just that I was really desperate to get this room. I hope you can understand. This is the last and most important thing I must do before my time is up.
It's fine. You seem alright. It's just... I find it hard to trust people these days. Maybe it's time I opened my eyes to see others have problems too. Some, like yourself, even bigger than mine. What kind of cancer is it? Do you mind me asking?
Brain tumor. Her name is glioblastoma.
Her?
Yep, they're all girls, the way I imagine it. Just look at their names. Lymphoma, melanoma, myeloma, leukemia, sarcoma. Each of them a fucking goddess of death. Beautiful and ruthless.
You might just be right about that, Mitzi. I used to be a nurse. I know a few things about cancer. And I know glioblastoma. She's a real bitch.
Yeah, and yet she gets to be the prom queen before night ends, while I disappear down the back exit.
How long?
They said I had a year. But that was 6 months ago, so... yeah. Not awfully long.
Is there anything...
They've tried.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So am I. Do you want to talk about something else?
You mentioned a boyfriend. Tell me something about him.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about him. His name's Jack. He's dead.
Oh.
Miss Ashworth, are you sure you want to listen about my miserable life? I don't want to bring you down. These aren't happy stories.
And I'm not a happy stories kind of person. I'm sure you've noticed by now.
I guess so. Anyway, I suppose I would have had to tell you about Jack sooner or later. After all, he is the main reason I'm here. I just don't know where to start.
Tell me how you two met.
Oh, we knew each other for forever. We grew up on the same street. It's funny how we seem to be made for each other. A perfect match. I always knew he was the guy for me, and I'm sure he never doubted that either. Jack was absolutely crazy about me. We thought one day we would marry, have children, be happy. I never had many friends because I had Jack. I didn't need anybody else. You know, if there's one thing I'm really grateful for in my life, it's that I got to experience this pure, perfect love. Some people go through a lifetime without knowing how it feels. I guess I've been very lucky. But all luck runs out sometimes.
Jack made those pictures on your wall. Was he an artist?
He always liked all kinds of morbid stuff, whether it was music, movies, paintings. So do I, really. We had that in common, amongst other things. People say it's depressing to listen to sad songs or watch sad films, but I never felt that way.
And yet, you are scared of fog?
Oh, that's different. I might be scared of fog, but I like spiders. They're beautiful.
You must be out of your mind, Mitzi.
No, honestly, there's a certain indescribable beauty in sadness. Just like there's beauty in the grey and ugly winter morning when you look past the obvious and notice what others can't see.
You must love my apartment then. It's like Ugly took a vacation here and never went home again.
There's one way to put it.
How did he take the news about your cancer?
He thought I was joking at first. He laughed. And he got really angry. I swore to him I was serious, but he still wouldn't believe me. We had a big fight that night. It was our first and only fight. But it was awful. He smashed some stuff. His guitar, of all things, was the worst. He loved that guitar. Why did he break it? He was absolutely furious. He walked out on me that night, and when he came back the next day, he was different. Begged me to try surgery and chemotherapy. I didn't really want those things, but I did the chemo for him. It didn't help. It just made me feel sick all the time. I felt trapped in this strange place where nothing that happened around me seemed real. Maybe that's why I didn't see what my cancer was doing to Jack, and it was destroying him as well. He changed. He became obsessed with death. It seemed death was all he ever thought about, even though it was me, not him, who was supposed to die.
How did he die? How did Jack die?
It was so distant to the last few weeks before he died. What I didn't know was that he kept looking for something. I don't think he even knew what exactly. But it eventually found him. Or rather, he found him. There are those forums online, you know, about all sorts of stuff. Fishing, computer games, horses, gambling, addictions, everything really. Accidentally, Jack stumbled upon one about suicide. There's a guy there, calls himself the Eye of Adam. He's a fucking god on that forum. It's like a failed suicide club. People mostly try to help each other and offer support. Sometimes it just helps to know there are others like you, to listen to their stories and how they cope with their lives. But the Eye of Adam is an advocate of death. He dwells on human weakness. His job is to plant an idea, to give them a reason to die and tell them how to do it, once and for good. Jack took the bait. Before he knew, he was completely brainwashed. One day he sat down with me and tried to explain his perfect solution. It was the Romeo and Juliet kind of scenario. We were both to die together in each other's arms. It was supposed to be a quick and foolproof death. There was no chance we would have been saved, all thanks to the Eye of Adam, who created a tool for perfect suicide. He told me it was very simple. All we needed were 2 easily accessible household chemicals, which combined together create a gas called hydrogen sulfide that kills you within a couple of minutes. I told him he was fucking nuts, of course, but he just wouldn't give up. He reasoned with me, then he begged, and eventually just kept screaming at me. I figured it was his crazy idea of a modern romance, but it was downright tacky and just wrong. Finally, he said he would get everything ready and wait for me in our special place at dawn, 5 in the morning. Don't be late. Those were his last words he said to me. Then he stormed out. I cried for hours, thinking I didn't deserve all that from the person I loved most in the whole world. A few times I even tried to persuade myself that maybe he was right and I should do it. I just couldn't. I eventually fell asleep. I didn't plan it. My head was killing me. I was so tired. I woke up suddenly. I could see the sun rising out my window. It was nearly 5. In utter panic, I threw myself off the bed and ran out the door. I needed to stop him. I needed to get there before it was too late. But right there in my bedroom, before I even left, I already knew it was. When I arrived at our special place, it was already bright. We used to go there in the past, drink wine, sometimes smoke weed and listen to Pink Floyd, sometimes make love in Jack's car. There wasn't really anything special about that old parking lot. But to us there was. It was completely abandoned. It was quiet. It was safe. After that day, I've never gone there again.
So once again, we're able to take part in a memory with a little bit of interactivity. It's kind of nice that it's not totally passive.
There were signs on the car windows.
Warning signs, yeah. I found on that forum that the Eye of Adam doesn't want any accidental deaths. So we posted this poster design for people to print. It turns out there's a whole sick ideology behind it. Fumes from the car could hurt anyone who opens the door, and that's not the point. The idea is to die willingly and with clear mind, to prepare for it, to embrace it.
Jesus. You'd think the police would investigate the whole thing. Sounds almost like a sect.
This guy knows how to hide. The police can't be bothered to make an effort. It took me 3 months to track him down. Now I'm finally so close. I can almost smell that fucker.
How strong is that gas?
Extremely deadly, it turns out. It kills in minutes. It's that stinky stuff that smells like rotten eggs, you know? At high concentrations, it can knock down an elephant.
I'm so sorry. I think now I understand. He loved you so much, he couldn't bear the thought of living without you. And that guy, the Eye of Adam. I'm not surprised you want to find him. I know I would. I'm not sure if I should believe that you only want to talk to him. But hey, that's none of my business. I wouldn't know what I'd do if this happened to me.
Good to know, but I really just want to talk. I want to face Jack's killer and tell him what he's done to me. You know, the funny part is that he actually told me where he lives. He wants to meet me. Would you believe that?
How come?
Well, this kind of thing he does is called trolling on the internet. It's usually a form of extreme bullying and psychological cruelty. Those who are clever enough say, don't feed the troll. Don't talk to them. It only makes it worse if you show any interest in them at all. And Eye of Adam is no exception. He craves attention. He's a hungry troll who wants to devour as many hearts as he can get a hold of. I emailed him and told him I was a massive fan who loves his work. He wouldn't believe me at first. But trolls are always hungry, and I was prepared to serve him a meal fit for a king.
What do you mean?
I fed him so much bullshit that he really believed I'm a suicide preacher just like him.
Great. I wish he'd given you his door number, though.
It's all a part of some sick game he's playing. Sooner or later, I'll find him.
What are those two chemical products?
Well, I'm not sure if you want to know that.
I get it. You don't want to tell me because I'm a fucking suicidal maniac. Is that it?
No, Miss Ashworth. No, I didn't mean it like that. Okay. Maybe to some extent. Just replace maniac with victim and fucking with recovering. You've only just come back from the hospital. Whatever it was that made you do it, you proved you are capable of going through with it. I don't know you long enough to tell you if you're completely over it now. And the last thing I want is to give you stupid ideas. It would be just like what the Eye of Adam does. I would never forgive myself if anything happened to you because of me. I mean, how could I?
What if I promise to you I will never do it again?
Okay. Alright. But if you don't keep your promise, Miss Ashworth, I'll find you in hell and kick your lying ass for breaking my already broken heart.
You can't kick my ass when I'm dead.
I'll soon be dead too, Miss Ashworth. So, yeah, I swear I will do it.
I don't think so. You'll go to heaven, you muppet.
The recipe for this deadly cocktail is very simple. Any good housewife can make it in the blast.
Alright. We are still coming towards the point where these two separate storylines actually link together in time. But for now, we can see where she ended up making that promise that she wouldn't try to kill herself again, which she just, in a way, broke. But given her special ability, she's now back from the dead, and she has her eyesight back so that we can see where to go now. And as you might imagine, that combination of chemicals that she asked about is something that we're going to have to deal with. We have a cat grabber here. It's what they use for catching cats. I thought these grabbers were banned some time ago. Well, we'll relieve him of that rather cruel device then. Strange noise is coming from the other side of the door. This is the room where the guy is, I believe. And on the one hand, we did have access to a pistol, but it only had one bullet in it, and we already used it. So that's, even if she went back and got the gun, that would not avail us at this point. So, before we go in that door, let's try the stairs, I guess. Once again, we're in the unique situation where the bad guys think that we're dead. So we have a little bit of leeway in getting around the place. Radio? They don't make them like this anymore. Indeed, that looks pretty old-fashioned. Now the wife, at least I'm assuming that's who she is, the crazy woman, is wandering around here, and if we get caught, we'll be in trouble. So we have to make sure that we are discreet as we wander around here. All I see is the fog. I could never find my way home. And if you noticed, as they were talking in the previous scene, it was getting more and more foggy over time. I thought that was a nice touch. This couch is old, like everything else in this house. There are cobwebs and dust all over it. No time for sitting. Gotta figure out how to get out of here. Fair enough. Nice lamp. Well, switch it on so we can see it. Nothing happens. It needs a new light bulb. I shall go around for one. Okay. I have a feeling we're not going to see much in this room until we actually get the lights on. So let's head back. The ambient music is always people opening doors and walking around. Sounds like either upstairs or in some other room. It's enough to make an adventurer paranoid. Let's see, can I use the cat grabber on the light? No, okay. If we try to remove the light bulb, yeah, it's too hot. I remember that last time I played this. We need something to grab that light bulb. That's where we came from. Door to the kitchen. Clock. It's an old grandfather clock. Looks like it's still working. Try to open it. Yeah, like if there's going to be a hidden passage inside. I'll leave it for someone else to discover. I'm in enough trouble already. Susan's got no time for adventuring. Okay, some loose bricks. Part of the wall is badly damaged. He had probably driven his van into it once. Damaged as it is, I can't quite pull the bricks out with just my fingers. Ah, maybe this is what the grabber is for. Nope. Darn. True to what she said, it is very foggy around here. Very, very foggy. And if if you keep going this way, you basically see that you see the same screen over
Damn fog.
and over
I
again.
can't see where I'm going.
So again, this is the idea that there's no way you're going to get back through the fog. So all you do is go to the left and it goes back to the screen. I have no idea what that big circle thing is in the background. No clue at all. Small window. Glass on one side of the window is broken, so this is where the draft is coming through. Inside, I see my kidnapper fast asleep on the chair. So that information is a little out of order. If we actually sneak into that room, she sees that there's a draft coming in there. Search the back of the van. I'm almost glad I was unconscious when he brought me here. Through the window I can see there's animal mess and blood everywhere. But the back door is locked. I wonder where I can find a spare key somewhere. Yep, it is indeed locked. Driver's side window. Door's locked, but I can see he left a phone on the driver's seat. Maybe I could call for help if I got a hold of it somehow. Fair enough. We are a kidnapped victim in a way, so we should be able to contact the police and get some stuff done. I believe the kitchen is in the direction where the crazy lady sometimes is, so let's go up. There's only bedrooms up there. I better stick to the ground floor for now. Never mind. Empty wine bottles. They like a drink. There's nothing like a bottle of red with your medium rare cat steak. Ugh. Cooker. This is where she cooks. Dirty pans still stink of an old cat stew. So as you might imagine, the idea is that the husband, I guess, is a animal catcher or cat catcher, whatever you want to call it, and unfortunately takes them here to be slaughtered and eaten. They're all terribly... Oh, we're examining the knives. They're all terribly blunt. Could hardly function as a weapon. Damn. Indeed. But we can still take one. It's the sharpest knife I could find, but it's still terribly blunt. It wouldn't make a good weapon at all. But maybe it could be used for some other reason. Slimy sink. I don't think she washes up very often. Given her attire, I'm not surprised. Blood smeared all over the refrigerator. The door is stuck, but maybe that's better. I'm not sure I want to know what's inside. I agree.